And on Monday Night Football, Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars come back from being down 14-0 and get a huge win at home in the Shad Khan double pool paradise with the double stumble to win this entire thing with Trevor Lawrence at the helm. Now, Trevor Lawrence, and it's taken us a long time to realize this, and I apologize for being late to the party, he's got some Carson Wentz in him.
A little bit.
There's a Trevor Lawrence experience that you go through. Because on that final drive, whenever they needed it, now they get the ball at 40 because of kickoff out of bounds. We're going to talk about the kickoff because special teams is certainly a part of this thing. But Trevor Lawrence is electrifying. And whenever he needed to have a couple big-time throws, we're talking absolute pinpoint accuracy, perfect decisions, perfect balls. This one down the sideline, how you doing? Keep it moving. I need it. 28-24, fourth quarter, less than a minute left. Need to sling it. He's off his back foot, out of reach of that guy, into a pocket, in front of the safety, and then he takes a big-time shot. Brian Thomas Jr., how you doing? Keep it moving. We got an offense. And then right afterwards, he delivers another ball to the left. Straight.
Damn.
Okay, that's 48 seconds left. Trevor Lawrence making the big-time throw that you need to make.
Oh, yeah.
Can he move, though? Yeah, 2 touch. How about can he fall and get up and still score a touchdown? And what the hell is Chris Jones doing in the middle of the field? Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars get a huge win. The celebration there with the fireworks as he throws the ball up is sick. I hope he has that as a GIF in his house for the rest of his life. An actual mobile photo should be happening in his house whenever you walk in, and that's potentially the one biggest win of his career in my eyes. Most primetime big win of his career in my eyes. And also a couple massive plays that I don't think we understood if Trevor Lawrence could do it in a big moment, and he did. This thing, after last week where he ran out of bounds whenever he needed to keep the clock moving, that was considered a bad decision. If he falls twice with no timeouts and he can't get his long-haired big ass up and they lose this game because of it, it would be so loud this morning. But instead, you see the urgency, the panic, the chaos within him. He gets up, finds his way home. And what the hell was Chris Jones doing? I think Chris Jones actually thought to himself, this can't be real. Quarterback's on the ground twice right there. He had to got tackled by somebody. This is like a movie. This is like a Foley's. If something bad was to happen, this is the fourth quarter. This is a game winner. There's no way he's on the ground. Looks terrible for Chris Jones.
Yes.
He's getting rightfully attacked. I think Chris Jones was baffled by what he was seeing in front of him. Once again, can happen. You're in an NFL game. It's fourth quarter. You're up 4 and they're about to score a touchdown. You got to make a play. But I think this is huge for the Jags. They moved to 4-1, get a huge win over the Chiefs. People are talking about Chris Jones in this particular play. But, Coach, what we were talking about off air, this didn't really look like the Chiefs at all throughout the entire night, right? Is that kind of your thoughts on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, of all things, the 12 or 13 penalties.
13, yep.
Red zone defense, they're usually outstanding, and especially special teams. I mean, every kickoff got called back, and then they kick it out of bounds at the end. And on that touchdown, Ezra Cleveland needs to get a game ball. If he's the left guard, he steps up and knocks that defensive end down, which opens the hole. Great job. Boom. Knocks him down, pancakes him, and that opens the hole for Trevor to get in.
Trevor gets tackled right there. There's full chaos. Now, there's 24 seconds. They'll still be able to get another playoff, for sure. What would that play be? Who knows? But if he can't get back up and that ends up being just a sack in this whole world, they would be judging, they'd be calling him a bust this morning. I mean, the conversation would be, this guy can't do it. Remember getting in the playoffs, throws like 4 picks or whatever it is, immediately upon against the Chargers. And then, last week he runs out of bounds with the time. Then people will go back to the beginning of his career with Urban Meyer, how they're going to build a building and how has it worked out? Well, they've paid him. They appreciate him down there in the building. Obviously, he's been a star since like 8th grade or whatever. But I feel like this was a big one for Trevor Lawrence to get on primetime for maybe a national narrative that he's good. This guy's a good player as opposed to somebody that might not be, which is kind of was lingering in there on the Trevor Lawrence narrative.
Huge for him in prime time. You mentioned he was kind of the prince that was promised. He was one of the next great ones. He was kind of tabbed as that going into college, definitely. So for him to have this moment, and to your point too, with the 4-interception game against the Chargers, that was his biggest win of his career because he came back and got that playoff win. And then this would probably be right up there. I'll probably say his second because he had some kind of goofball moments, had a couple delayed games. He had to throw over the line of scrimmage, but then in the biggest moments to make the biggest plays, that throw to Brian Thomas Jr., that's one of the best throws I've seen him make. And then for Brian Thomas Jr. too, he started off the year rough. You saw him on Everything DB, I think week 1 or 2, when he kind of was alligator arming a couple throws for him to make this big time catch in a moment where you're probably going to take a hit from this safety and you make this catch and kind of show up for your quarterback and for your team. And then for Trevor Lawrence to get down there and get it done and get the win. This was Travis Hunter's kind of debut on prime time. So it was all kind of lined up for the Jaguars to show up, and they took care of business at home on Trevor's birthday. Like, it was a big, big moment. So I'm happy for him because there is moments where he has the talent, But there are moments where you just look at him and it almost looks like the moment's too big for him. So for him to step up and make those plays, man, this was awesome to see.
Birthday game. We mentioned it yesterday. We thought that would carry some weight. It certainly did. Good for him. Let's talk about situational masters. Trevor Lawrence knew like hell he had no timeouts whenever he fell the first time. Then when he fell the second time, oh, shit. Then he obviously makes an incredible play. Last night was a little bit of the Trevor Lawrence experience while we were watching it. Primetime game, Kansas City Chiefs. This shot right here is epic as the fireworks literally go off at the same time he throws the football. Tell me about Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback and what last night could potentially mean for what the world thinks or sees of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I was really proud of Trevor and the way that he competed. That was the thing that I think continued to show up through 4 quarters was even after maybe a mistake or not a great series, he looked ticked off throughout the game, honestly, which I was appreciative of in ways. He used his legs. He took some hits. And then the last drive, I mean, everybody's going to talk about that last play, but the throw to BTJ down the right sideline, tight window, great job staring down the barrel there and making a huge throw and catch. The next play to De'Ami Brown on the left sideline was a dot. And then we get to that situation and look, he ends up getting tripped. That does happen. You know, it's just so happened that it happened on this play. And look at the resiliency, the effort. That's an unbelievable individual effort to go get in the end zone and get us the W. I mean, that's a 2-minute drive to go beat a team that has been really good in one-score games over the course of history. And for us to pull that out and for him to make that play, really proud of him.
Yeah, I'm proud of your entire team, Don Early.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And, you know, you guys are now 4-1, tied for the lead in the AFC. With Buffalo Bills and
I think that's it.
Who's that other team?
I think it's just
who's that other team, Liam?
It's another one.
Hey, they are playing at a high level right now. There is no question. We are trying to get better each and every week. That it is truly about us. But you can appreciate, and when you watch the tape around the league, what Indy's been doing, obviously what Buffalo's been doing. There's so much good football being played right now, and you look around the league, the points that are being scored, quarterback play. I mean, it's all really cool to watch. And so for us to be a part of that and to be in that conversation right now is pretty cool. We've got an opportunity this week against Seattle at home again, where we're going to need our fan base and city to come support again for us.
Yeah, I would like to say you're obviously in there doing it, and I'm just having Jack and diets at the games for the Colts, but nobody would have pictured us. Look at us. Nobody would have pictured the Jags and the Colts and the AFC South having the 2 whenever you go into the year. That's why the NFL is the greatest. Football is the best sport on earth, and if you can get the boys motivated and rolling, anybody can beat anybody.